Next up, I want to show you how to make a spring in SolidWorks. Now you can use different parts of this for different things. Sometimes if your project has batteries, you might have a spring on the battery, or it could be springs in other parts as well. So a good idea to get used to drawing that. Same as usual, I'm going to start with a new part, new page, part, and OK. And I'm going to go to sketch. Now depends on what plane you're working on, but whatever plane you want, you're going to sketch a circle. I'm going to work on the top plane and draw a circle of whatever radius you want your spring to be. So I'm going to say 20 mil is enough for mine. Once you've got your circle, green tick, then you go up to the top, features, curves, helix and spiral. And this gives us this helix now going up. That'll give us the shape of the spring. Now you can change it about here. You can have a constant pitch or a variable pitch. It's usually constant. Your pitch you can change to make it a tighter spring or a looser spring. I'm going to go with about 10 there. Reverse direction, number of revolutions, you can make the spring as big as you want. Say 11. Start angle, you can change it at the bottom. And if you want to taper the spring, so you want to change the degrees to make it say wider at the top or narrower, you can use that there. I'm going to untick, I'm going to keep it as straight, and green tick there at the top. Now that gives us the helix shape. Next up then is to make it a 3D. So features, swept boss base. I'm going to go with circular profile because I want it to be a circle the whole way up. Give it a second to load. Now the radius there is too big, 10, so I'm going to change that down to maybe 6. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, 6 looks about right. Try 4. 4 might be better. Okay, we'll stick with 4 and green tick. Now that gives us the basic spring shape there. That's finished. Now depending on what you want to put it on, if you're putting on a platform at the bottom, you might do a sketch rectangle and put it on that. Or some of these springs have hooks on the top of them, you can draw that in too. So I'll do the hook on the top here just to give you a demonstration of how to do it. So next up, I want a plane now that runs along that there, because the curved part at the top of the hook will come up from there and go across the top of the spring. So I'm going to go features, reference geometry, plane. I'm going to hover over these now to see which one's right. I'd say front plane there, and I want it to run through the back point, that point at the top of the helix. And that should be the one for the bottom as well. Yeah. And I'm going to green tick that. So I'm going to work with my spring now from that point there. So sketch, line, turns it around. I'll keep the spring in the center and I'll keep it up a bit because the spring would curve up to the top here. So I'm going to keep it up to about there and draw a straight line up to the top. And escape. I'll not draw the hook yet because I want the hook to come back towards myself there on the screen. So then I'm going to go features, same again, swept boss base, circular profile. I want it to be, what did I go with, 4. And click on the line there at the top. Okay, and green tick. Now, to get the spring to curve down from that point to there, you can use another feature now called lofted boss base, and it just joins two surfaces with a surface. So if I click on that one, I'm going to click on the 2 circles now, so that circle there and this one here at the top. Now at the minute that doesn't look great, it wouldn't just flow like that, it'd be more even, so you need to twist these. It's a little bit twisted there, so let me turn it around. So I might need to drag these around to make it more even. And once you get it kind of even there, so they both run into each other, you can go over here to the left, start end constraints, start constraint, make it tangency to face, or normal to face is probably best, yeah, normal to there at the bottom, end constraint, normal to face as well, and that'll give it that even kind of spring look. Now that looks pretty good there, I'm happy with that, and green tick. Now, next would be the hook at the top. I want a plane now that runs through that center point there. So I don't really have a center axis to work on. So if I go up here at the top, I can go sketch, point. Click on the face I want to put the point on. and I want to just drop a point right there in the center. So it just puts a point. I'm going to press exit sketch for you to use later on to put my plane in. So then features, reference geometry, and plane. I want it to be in line with the right plane this time, and I want it to run through that point there. I think that was the right plane. We didn't wind up needed the point, but we'll go with it now anyway. Green tick. Then last step is sketch 3-point arc. I'm going to draw a 3-point arc now on this one, say over there to the side and up to the top. And escape. Features, swept boss base, circular profile, same size as before, 4 mil. Click on the line and green tick. Now, what was the error there? Runs down on the inside. Okay, so I need to exit of that. Go back and change this sketch here. That didn't sit in properly. It's not a tangent to the outside. So I'm going to do that sketch again. Delete that sketch. Back up to the top. Sketch 3-point arc on plane 2. Start at that point. Make sure this line is exactly horizontal from it there. I want it to match up with the size of the spring. And then as we go up, make sure the center point lines up with the top surface. Tick, features, swept boss base. That's the shape we're trying to do there. I'm going with a circular profile this time. Click it again. And size 4 mil. There we go. Okay, 4 mil. Not sure what went wrong there, and green tick. Okay. That's the basic spring completed. Now there are more complicated ways of doing that, but I think that kind of gets the idea through. Right click then, I'm going to hide the planes that we don't need. I can hide the helix on the inside there as well, just to get rid of it. And you can do the same on the bottom now, whatever you think, whatever your project matches up to. Okay, that's how you draw a basic spring on SOLIDWORKS.